Hello YouTube, and welcome back to another manga haul and unboxing. And because I liked how I did it last time, we will do this again in clips. So we have a few new ones that were delivered to me, and this one is from Amazon and is the second volume of Cat Message Therapy. I really enjoyed the first one. I love these kitties, and essentially they are mousers, but in the end it's just normal kitten shenanigans, like real cat shenanigans, and they are paid with food, with cat food, cat lick sticks, or how they are called. It's just overwhelmingly cute, and I can highly recommend it. I find it, or at least it's something I enjoy. I think it's not for everyone, but either way, I'm happy to have the second volume of this one. And then we have two packages, so let's open them. First, another package from Amazon. And these are two German volumes of I'm a Spider, So What, volume 7 and 8. As I already said, I'm collecting it rather slowly, but I'm fine with it. So two more volumes with some stupid stickers. But they're easy to peel off. So let's do this. I can't find them in store, so I had to order them, and I finally decided to get new one. Oh. I rather enjoy this isekai reincarnation into the spider. I love her personality and everything that she goes through, but I already mentioned this before. So we will move on. Let's open this package and see what we got from my new Hatsune order. Are you ready? The first one we have is a figure. You will already probably seen it at this point. It's the Noodle stopper of Hatsune Miku. I will link the video up above where she's in if you're interested in how she turned out. And ain't she a cutie? Totally enjoy these Noodle stopper Mikus. They always have the cutest design. Oh, and look at her drawing. Really, really adorable. Happy to have her, finally. And here we have all the goodies. A bookmark with a riddle. Many have heard of me, yet nobody has seen me. I won't speak back unless spoken to. What am I? An echo! Yeah, I can read rather well over the top of my head. Anyway, here are the mangas. So let's take a look. Wrap as always. Let me unwrap them and then we will take a look. And the first volume I picked up is a new series of the 7th time loop. The villainess enjoys a carefree life, marries to her worst enemy. Again, from a light novel, as you can always see, by more than one author. It's by 7 Seas, and I have read a few chapters online to see if it's up to my taste or not. Okay, so the premise of this book is that the main character, the villainess, is reincarnated into herself over and over again every time she dies in her life, and always gets reincarnated at the exact same date, which is the moment when the prince broke the engagement with her, which is why she's the villainess. And every life that she lived is a different one. At one she was a knight, a merchandiser, a maid, and so on and so forth. She was happy with it. The only problem is that she never got older than 21, I think, 21 years old or 23, I'm not exactly sure. And she kind of wants to break this now with her 7th life. And the worst part, why it's the worst enemy, this guy killed her in her last life when she was a knight, when she was posing as a knight. And he kind of catches her in her 7th life and proposes to her, and look at my luck. It's exactly this page where he proposes her, become my wife, and she will agree to it, I think, and we will see where it goes from here. It's kind of interesting. It has time travel in it, and I love stories with time travel. I love villainous stories, so I picked it up because I think I will really enjoy it. Next, I have finally got the 3rd volume of Royal Highness. Her Royal Highness Seems to Be Angry, which is also a light novel with reincarnation and the villainess, obviously, because I love this kind of stories. And I finally got the 3rd volume. I was waiting for it for so long. So I'm really happy to continue my story here. It finally starts to pick up, but the releases are so slow. There's a kind of mystery in it. I think I gave the premise in one of my previous videos. I will link it up above, because I can't. It was so confusing, and I'm not the best, I think, at recreating the premises. Anyway, I love it. I'm happy that I got the 3rd volume and can continue the story. And you will not believe what I got. The 2nd volume of Black Torch. You know how long I waited for this? I can finally read the story. They finally reprinted it. I can finally finish this story. I'm so happy. I wanted to dive into it again. I'm so sad that they cut it short at 5 volumes, because I think it had a lot of potential, but I think the Japanese were not so into it. Anyway, I'm so happy! Yay! Volume 2! And I also got the 3rd volume of Record of Ragnarok. And I noticed something interesting at the back of the spines. There's always one character, and for now it's always one party of the losing or winning team. I will not say which is which, you have to read it yourself, but I'm interested if in the 4th volume this will happen again, and it will be always the same way, who is on the back essentially. And we're going to the next stage of human versus gods, and who will win. And last but not least, I picked up something really beautiful, a Chinese fantasy, The Dragon King's Daughter. These are this series are Chinese folklores put into manga, and this is an absolutely stunning cover. Won't you agree with me? I have absolutely no idea what's this about, except that's obviously about a dragon king's daughter, and normal Persian, and I can't wait to read it. And I love folklores, and Chinese folklores is something I have no knowledge about, like absolutely nothing about. So I'm really happy to dive into it with this manga. And I think the next one will be about a different theme, so this will be like a collection of different Chinese folklores. And the reason why I had to pick this up, this will be a figure by Rebose, I think. they are making a figure out of this cover, and she looks so stunning, and so I had to pick up the manga, and it's pretty big as well. It's by 7 Seas, and I really can't wait. So stunning. I wish there would have been some color pages, but well, but I find it beautiful. Yay! And with this, we are finished with the first clip of this time's haul, and we also have this figure here, so I will put it here. These are in total 8 new volumes, and I will catch you in the next clip. Until then, bye bye. Hello and welcome back to this second clip, and as you can see, we have a new pile which we will go through now. Let's start with the thickest volume, and that's the luxury edition of A Silent Voice. Obviously the German one. I saw this in store. I didn't have this story before, and I really love this design. It's like a book, and it's supposed to have some extra character files, some color pages, I hope. So I will get the second one, and then it's complete with the whole story. I guess everyone knows this story. It looks fantastic in this color, and I can't wait to get the second volume and then finally have this amazing piece in my collection. The next sick one is Tokyo Revengers Volume 4, and this time we have Katsutora on this side and Baji on the other side of this volume. Sick as always. And what can I say? I think with this volume, everything from the anime is put to closure here. I got the second volume of Not a Boy, which completes the series. It's only a two volume series, which is kind of sad. I would have loved to read more about them because I absolutely adore their relationship and the way it is built, and I'm kind of sad that it's only these 2 volumes, but what can you do? Anyway, nice, and now I can binge read it. Next is a new series, which is the Rebirth in Mayday, the evil witch of the world, roughly translated. And it's volume 1. I'm not exactly sure if this series is getting a publication in English. Maybe I'm mixing it up with a different story, but this one is really pretty. I love the story. There's not really an isekai, but it's a tensei of this girl who had a modern life in the modern world and died there, and then reawakened as a descendant of the most evil witch in this world with magic, and she founds her ex-lover, which also was killed there, and she has a completely different character in comparison to her Japanese version, so it's more like she's her own and just remembers her previous life and is kind of confused, or not confused, is kind of angry with this person and says, I would never do this, I would always confront my feelings and like this. So she's a really strong character. You get a strange shoujo card, I think that's what they call shoujo star in this volume of the German release. And anyway, I really enjoyed it. I read a few chapters obviously online. I love this mint color in the background, and yeah, I'm happy to collect this. Always one of my most favorite pickups is My Roommate is a Cat, and this time it's volume 8. It's one of my really soft spots. I love the story, the way these 2 characters grows and how they go with each other, how they treat each other, how they misunderstand each other is absolutely adorable. It's kind of slice of life with a cat and a human, and I absolutely adore the growth both of them go through, and it's a really comforting series for me. And I absolutely love it, and I can, as always, highly recommend it if it ever gets an English publication. And I got another cat story, the second volume of A Story of 7 Lives, and I just saw that the first volume is getting released in English, so if you're interested in it, it will be available in English pretty soon. This is the second volume, there's only one volume missing, and then this story is finished. It's a short one, so I see there no harm if you're interested in such cat stories where there's even the story told from the perspective of the cats. You get a view on their backgrounds, on the way how a street cat lives in Japan and what struggle they have to go through. And there's mystery with the backstory of the 2 main cats and their relationship to humans and how this is viewed in the stray cat community. Can't wait for the third volume. I think it comes out in November, and when I pick it up I will binge read it because it's only 3 volumes. Another favorite pickup of mine is My Toilet Bound Hanako-kun volume 14. Really stunning as always, these covers. And this is especially pretty. We will know more about their relationship in this volume. I have not read it yet, but I will probably read it today. And oh, look at this. How cute, how precious. Absolutely adorable. A new pickup for me is My Boy by Hitomi Takano, volume 1. I think the whole series is already published in English, so you either probably know it, or if you don't know it, it's quite a controversial story. I personally love this story because it has a lot of elements in it, a lot of drama, a lot of finding oneself because you meet someone else who's helping you to grow into your own life, into your own personality. And I was thinking about what I should say, but at the end of it there's an age gap, obviously, because we have a 30-year-old woman and a 10-year-old boy. I think I'm not exactly sure how old he is when they meet the first time, and it's more about 2 souls meeting each other, finding comfort in each other, finding solace in each other, and at the end also happiness and peace, and they grow, and either you can look past this or you can't. So I personally enjoyed this story. There's really no romance in the beginning. At one point there will be, if I remember correctly, but it's mostly about the society, how they view such relationships with unrelated people, and also about the growth of both of them in the phase where they both need another character to help them go through their hardships. And it's a really soft and really touching story in my opinion. So I absolutely love it, and you either give it a try or you don't give it a try. And last but not least for this volume, we have the 4th volume of Momo the Blood Taker, this time in a green embossedy, is that's how it's called. Absolutely stunning as always, with their reading flaps. Here we have the back spine, stunning. And again, I really love the design of this one. And the story is really picking up in this volume, and I would think we have a conclusion of this act in the next volume. I already read this and it left on a bad spot. We have his wife, Keigo's wife, at the front cover, and this series is completed with 9 volumes, so when the 5th comes out we have 4 more to go. So I think there will be maybe a second part, because right now it seems like we have the climax and they will end this arc in the next volume. But we will see. If it's this case, then we will have another arc which will also take about 4 volumes to complete. And that was everything. These are all my volumes that I picked up in store. Obviously they're all German. I hope you liked it and I will see you in the next clip. Until then, bye bye. Hello and welcome back to the, I think, final clip. And today we got 3 more German manga store pickups and a huge box with some more English ones. So let's get started. First we will start with the German ones, and I picked up the last volume of Story of 7 Lives, which makes the end of this very cute and wholesome story. I personally enjoyed reading it. It's about kitties, it's about humans, it's about the interaction between these two and what it means if there are a lot of street cats and how it concerns humanity in Japan. And it was really interesting. It's a short one and I personally like it and would really recommend it for everyone who likes cat stories. Next, I got 2 volumes of Kaiju number 8, the first volume, because in Germany we got the regular edition, which looks similar to the English one, and we also got a special edition with a different cover, some extra, whatever this is called again, I'm not exactly sure, but yeah, so 1 to read and 1 for the collection. Usually I don't do this, but this time I picked it up. And as you can sadly see, Crunchyroll has taken up our Kaze, the Kaze publisher, and now we have this ugly shit logo. Sorry to say this, but it's not a nice logo. Anyway, they look good next to each other. Really like the second design. And that's everything for the German ones. So let's open this package. So let's cut it open. Da-da-da. Like always, amazingly packaged. Let's cut this open. Oh, we got a ton! So let's start with the first volume that was laying on top. It's the 4th volume of J.K. Haru is a sex worker in another world. And nice cover. I personally really enjoyed this manga and the story it takes. And I can just highly recommend it. It's really mature, a mature theme about what you will do in a world when you have no cheat power or superpower, and where girls are not regarded as someone or something precious or important or even as a human being. The next volume I finally got my hands on is the 2nd volume of Cross-Dressing Villainess Cecilia Silvier. I've not read the first one, but I think I will read these 2 until the 3rd one comes out. I think the trope is really hilarious because she tries to avoid her bad ending, cross-dresses as a boy, and still all guys fall in love with her, something like this. Like I said, I haven't read the first one yet, but I personally love or enjoy the villainous trope mangas, so I picked this one up. Another really liked series of mine, Miku-chan Volume 6. We are coming to an end with the bell and the temple. I think in this one, I'm not exactly sure. Yeah, it's coming to an end. And it's a really, really interesting story. At first it started more like chapter to chapter, different kind of story that somehow are intertwined and not. But at the end of things, even if one chapter is absolutely random, at some later point we will go back to this, and that's how this one worked out in the beginning. And I personally really enjoy the mystery behind it, how she's learning to grow with it, and I think it has really great potential and can't wait for more. And I got Volume 1 of Though I Am an Apt Villainess, Tale of Butterfly Red Body Swept in the Maid Court. This is an awful title, by the way. I have to say it now 3 times because I'm always struggling here. I got Volume 1, and basically it plays in a Chinese court where obviously different maidens for the crown prince who will at one point be the empress. And there's one favorite of the prince, which is his cousin, and she's pretty fragile and whatever. And then there's this body girl who's the villainess, who's disliked by the whole court. She pushes the actual heroine over a fence, and they suddenly body swapped because of some mysterious event. And now she is living the life of her life in this healthy body of the villainess, and she's pushing through, and the villainess thinks she won it. I think that's her actual body, or that was her body, and she's trying to figure out how to swap back. Here, that's already the first one. But I think the heroine is not that sad about transferring, because this body is now healthy. She can do whatever she wants. She has no obligation. And it even seems like she doesn't want even to be empress, but it's what to be expected of her. Anyway, I had a lot of fun. It's a body swap one, and I was so anticipating to get this volume, and I hope I could maybe interest you in it. Anyway, I'm so happy to finally have this. I absolutely want to read it because I could only read 2 chapters online, and it was so interesting. So the next... Oh! I was so waiting for it. Villains Are Destined to Die. One of my favorite. Actually, right now it's my favorite story of whole time. I got Volume 1 by Soul. We have a pink spine, a white back, and everything is in color. And we are reading it in normal way. Of course it's in Korean manhwa. And it's a color. I'm so happy. And did you guys know there will be a German translation as well? And I will probably get the German one as well, and then we will do a comparison between the English and the German one, and maybe I will get the original because I'm so obsessed with this story. And I will probably not continue collecting the English version, but the German one, because at the end of it, the German ones are always a bit cheaper for me. And at the end of it, it doesn't matter how, at least it gets translated, and I will get my hands on the full series. I love it. I can just recommend it. Top favorite, top recommendation. Go get it if you don't have it. And I've talked about it quite a bit, especially in this video. I will link up, or here, up below and down below and whatever, where I talked about the mangas which I want to be published now, and this is one of it. It's place 1 or 2, because you will see there's another one which was also in this video and got also published, and I'm so happy to finally have them in my hands and I can finally read them. And this is one of them. I got further the 3rd volume of another cat manga, and this time it's Cat Message Therapy Volume 3. Look at how adorable, and you can touch the paws, and they are a bit elevated on the cover, and here you even have a Shiba and a Husky, a Pomeranian, and not exactly sure which breed this is supposed to be, but so cute. It's also in color. It's adorable. Oh, look at this face. I love Shiba faces, so I can't wait to read this. I don't know if it's completed with these 3 volumes or if this is missing another volume, but it's really soft, it's really fluffy, and if you need a light manga, light artwork, then I would recommend this if you like cats. It's nonsense in all of it, but it's fun. It's a fun read. I really like it. And here we have the other one that I was talking about, the Remarried Empress Volume 1. This is such an amazing story. I can highly recommend it. Look at how beautiful this is. This black with gold, and it's also obviously full in color. Look at this amazing art. And the story is really catchy in its own. Of course, it's about an emperor, his empress, and the lover of the now emperor who he brings with him. And basically the first chapter is about how they want to have a divorce and she regrets a remarriage. And the first part, and she wants to remarry him, a prince king of another country. And basically the first part of the manga, or of the manhwa, of this story is basically about how they got to this point. And I personally like it. I love this drama in it. I love her character. She's a strong woman. And basically this was an arranged marriage. She and the her now divorced emperor, husband, whatever, and how they drifted apart a little bit, how she found new love or something more exciting, how she tries to preserve her position, how much it infuriates her to have this other female into her court. And I personally really like this drama, so I can highly recommend it. It's a great story, really catchy. And the last volume I got is volume 4 of Record of Ragnarok, with some new cover art, Poseidon and Sasaki Kyoichiro, I think. I'm not exactly sure. This is his name again. I have not read the other ones because I just rewatched the whole series, and we will get the 2nd season of the anime, and I can't wait for this. So I personally enjoyed it. It's kind of obvious how the story goes, and I already mentioned this in a different video, but I still enjoy it. It's always fun to have sometimes something so simple. So, and with that, and that's everything for this haul and for this clip. And I hope I could show you some theories which you haven't seen before. Let me try. Obviously, my 2 favorites are these 2, which I was waiting for forever to finally have in my own hands, because I missed the Korean release. And I'm also pretty excited to dive into this story because it sounds super interesting. I hope you liked what you saw. Recommend me or tell me what you like currently. What's your favorite series? Which was your best pickup of the month? And since I think this is the last clip, I would say goodbye. I thank you for watching this video of different clips. I hope you have a great day. Please consider liking and subscribing if you liked what you saw. I will continue doing this. And so I will catch you in the next one. Until then, bye bye.